Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, they're holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Hi, I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but what can we do? I was gonna wear this shirt, but it disappears. So I had to quickly throw something else on, my jail shirt. As you guys know, I'm serving a half time sentence for recording court. It's on the hush hush. I shouldn't even mention it. Never mind. Shh. Also, as some of you are aware, there was an earthquake here this morning and in fact woke me up out of my sleep. It was so strong. It was very strong. I've been in a few earthquakes, but this is the first one I think that actually woke me out of sleep like that. There was lots of noise, and then my bed was moving quite a bit. I awoke. I have terrible sleep habits, so I have a computer running right beside me as I'm sleeping and my phone. And I could see like the laptop screen moving as well. And so I just waited. I didn't duck and cover. In hindsight, I should have. But immediately upon it stopping, I got up and I ran to my roommate's room, and he was awake too. And I said, "Was that an earthquake?" He's like, "Yeah." Or was that you running around? I said, "You're a fucking asshole. That was an earthquake." And then we went back to bed because it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I Googled it, and then I messaged a few people, and then I went back to bed. So, but that's just sort of the way it is here. That's life. And it's okay. Everything seems fine. But it was close by to where I live, and it wasn't very deep. A lot of these are like 50, 60, 100 kilometers deep, but this was like a kilometer or maybe 10, like not very deep at all. That's what she said. You never went very deep at all, Kevin. Sorry to any Kevins out there. Thank you, Drunk Beaver Productions. Also, welcome back. Nice to see you. Do we have a doozy tonight? We certainly do, you guys. We certainly do. I'm trying to think of what I need to do. I need to switcheroo us over here. I haven't eaten dinner yet, obviously, because it's 4 o'clock and I'm not an old person, but we are doing 2 shows tonight. So we're going to do this case, and then we're going to do members only later at around, I think, 6:30. So just keep that in mind for your evening plans. I would love to see you all there. Let me just let you know that Judge Buffering has been moved to a new docket, and we are back in business with the lady judge who buffers as well, I'll say. So much so that I decided to skip ahead out of like 35 minutes of just fucking shit, basically. People's bad connections.
Yeah, my receptions
Ma'am, sir, we're not ready for you yet. You need to back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Also, you guys, guess what? It's a Monday miracle. I have a cold Coca-Cola. It's frosty and it's cold. It's made with real sugar and that will never get old. But I'm gonna drink it and I'm so excited about this. I wanted to share with you guys. Like, something that brings me pure joy. Pure joy. Okay. The hook, the title and thumbnail got you in the door. Well, it's not even fucking clickbait, by the way, Jonathan. Not even clickbait. Let's hear what we have to say. Baby. Also, yeah, we all owe Mikey a bit of money, I think. That's what I'll say. Also, tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. I'm going to be making my pasta. Oh, baby. It's going to be delicious, and I'm making it tonight. So it's my butternut squash, one sheet pan pasta that you make in the oven. Can be vegetarian or you can add meat to it. It's really up to you. This recipe is on my high rotation. My neurodivergent brain gets looped into the same food a lot. So I will eat whatever that safe food is for a while until all of a sudden I never want to see it again. And then all of a sudden, years might pass and then I'll be like, oh, remember that food? And then I'll eat it and binge it again for a long time. Yeah. One day I might afford therapy. It might be beneficial for all of us, I imagine. What did she say? Josie Gypsy. I'm betting that's Reseller Road Trip Adventures. Ah, I knew it. I already knew it. Because we love you. Drunk Beaver Productions is going to help us add that to. We have a reseller, ! Reseller, I think. Anyways, we'll figure it out as we go. We have some time today. And welcome. Yay. Oh, and pizza? Yes. Could somebody tell me what you're willing to pay for, let's say a medium pepperoni. Let's keep it real. Medium pepperoni. Medium pep. Or a large if you're ballin'. $10. Oh, I wish. I fucking wish. And I'm talking, I guess, the pickup price, but you wouldn't, I just want to know. Give me an idea. And let's take a look at who we've got on the screen here. Who do you think is fucking whose wife, by the way? Get that question in. We have a Little Caesars here. I'll look it up. I'll look up the price for the Little Caesars here. Okay?
So, saying it's perfect on my end, Your Honor. Not too sure why.
Yeah, well, all right, it's gonna be, is there, if I gave you 15 minutes, can you find another place to come in from that might be better?
Give me one more second.
Okay.
Whose kid is that? Can you shut them up, please? Also, I'm not shitting you. I've skipped at least 10 minutes of him looking for that. The reason I ask is because yesterday I was at Whole Foods. I noticed that a pizza there was $22, and I saw a guy carrying out 3.
Is this any better?
And I was like, that's $60 worth
I
of
can
pizza, bro.
See the top of your head and a skylight. Yeah, you're still frozen. All right, well, Mr.
Shit you
Cario,
not,
like I
I
said,
already
if I
cut
gave
out
you
8,
15
10
minutes, could you find a place that has better reception and we could have this hearing? Or we're gonna set another day? 'Cause-
No, I can try to log on to the Wi-Fi here.
Ooh, we have those puffs that Mikey was looking at earlier at the Little Caesars. Oh, we also have crazy treats made with a Twix bar. Fucking wow, first of all. Hi, Naybell. Okay, so let's just see what would a medium pep cost. Get me a medium pepperoni pizza, stat!
I have myself logged into the
Classic
Wi-Fi. Is
pepperoni.
this
Oh
any
my
better?
fucking god.
right.
$16.99
see
from
ya.
Little Caesars.
Let me try to disconnect my video and try to restart the video.
Okay.
$16.99. I'm positive that if I walked in there, there's a cheaper pizza. I know it. But ordering from this place, from Little Caesars, and I put in my info, like this is a real thing from my Little Caesars.
Yeah, I'm on a strong Wi-Fi
up,
and I
sir.
can see everyone and hear everyone clearly.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're discussing pizza for a minute. If you could just shut the fuck up. Also, it's 16 Canadian, by the way, so remember, do that. So the bacon and cheese crazy puffs for 4 pieces are $4.99. Okay, so let's add those to the order. Well, obviously, we'd have to get the Trix crazy treats. I'm not ordering this, by the way. I just want to see how much it would cost. And then I'll do the medium pizza. But medium pizza is not feeding my whole family. I need 2 of those. So we'll go with 2 classic pepperonis. So how much would it cost if I just wanted to have 2 classic pepperonis, 4 little appetizers, not even chicken, by the way. If I was really having a pizza night, I would probably get like boneless wings, right? And that's not even stuffed crust, by the way. Stuffed crust, 1 pepperoni stuffed crust would be $22.49. Anyway, so the total cost for these items would be, and by the way, I don't like Little Caesars either. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that cost of living be hard up in this bitch. $60.95. That was legit surprise, by the way. In no world would I fucking do that. I would literally buy the ingredients and make endless pizzas. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll keep going.
now we've got you. You're not frozen and I can hear you and that's good. All right, so let's go forward again. We're on case number 2550. We've got all the parties under oath and present. And this was a temporary order issued against Mr. Colvin by Mr. Cario, Ms. Ladig. And I did review the previous order that expired.
Judge, just one last thing. The pasta I'm gonna make tonight, I can price it out exactly. It's $2.57 for the bag of butternut squash. It's probably $1 for an onion. That's an overestimate. Let's even say $1 worth of garlic, which is a lot. And what else goes in it? Oh, approximately $1 worth of tomatoes. So we're looking at like 3, 4, 5, 6, and then $1 for pasta, 7. Some olive oil, $7.50. $7.50. That's how much the dinner would cost. And it doesn't have any meat. I get that. But that's the kind of shit I'm eating. I'm eating $7.50 pasta for 2 days. Ain't no Little Caesars in this house, by the way. But I thought it would be interesting to test that out. So 2 pepperoni pizzas, an appetizer and a dessert, and it was $61 plus tax and tip. And that's not delivery, that's pickup.
January 8th of 2025, as it was referred to. And so, let me pull information up here. And I'm going to turn to first Ms. Leidig and then Mr. Cario, and then I'll turn to Mr. Colvin for his response. But Ms. Leidig, anything to add to your information here, or why I should issue this order against Mr. Colvin?
I think everything was submitted. After the no contact order just ended, he texted our daughter's phone, with accusations about Kirk and threats, and it was just really inappropriate. And
How old is your daughter?
Our daughter is 9 years old.
Bro, don't text 9-year-olds. What the actual fuck? Also, that's a bad fucking sign. If there's been a protection order in place and then he's, as soon as it expires, already contacting them again. I'm gonna go with, we have to watch. Carol, you're not really late because I fucking meander, talk, shoot the shit. We don't really know what to call it, but the case just started. So don't you worry, you're not even late. Although, on other channels, they would charge you a late fee.
And what exactly did those texts say? I didn't see that you've filed anything with the petition.
The text was directed towards Kirk and how does it feel to still be fucking my wife? I don't remember exactly. It was very inappropriate and quite delusional. These were like his accusations towards my my fiance over a year ago. And I'm
So
surprised.
Mr. Cario is your fiance?
Mr. Cario's her fiance. Let's go ahead and back that up. She just laid it in there, and I just want to hear it again. Wait, back it up. Wait just a minute. Let's see what she fucking said again.
And what exactly did those texts say? I didn't see that you've filed anything with the petition.
The text was directed towards Kirk and how does it feel to still be fucking my wife? I don't remember exactly. It was very inappropriate and quite delusional. These were like his accusations towards my
Oh, I've already figured out this video's not going to be monetized, by the way. So if you get an ad, that's actually good news to me that YouTube Daddy hasn't taken it down, but I immediately knew based on how I titled this that this is not going to be a monetizable video. The judge is laughing, Brooklyn. She doesn't seem upset that Buddy thinks that he fucked his wife, by the way. And I wonder, will we get into this? Are we gonna get into the meat of it, if you will? Did he fuck his wife? Inquiring minds want to know. Incuriing. What the fuck word is that, Paisley?
my fiance over a year ago, and I'm
So
surprised.
Mr. Cario is your fiance?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And how do you know Mr. Colvin?
He was Kirk's ex coworker.
Okay. And so you know Mr. Colvin through your fiance only?
That's correct. And I live with my fiance and my daughters. We reside in the same household, in the same town as Donnie.
So
Fucking
after
Donnie.
the expiration of that last order, around January, sometime after January 8th of this year, is that what you're saying? Your daughter received a text concerning your fiance, Mr. Cario.
Correct.
And all right, and had how did you find out about all that?
Well, my daughter came to us, or her father first. I don't remember exactly, and shared it with us because she thought it was strange and inappropriate with cursing and accusations and threats. So
you say accusations and threats. Can you tell me exactly what those were?
well, the accusations were, like, how does it feel to be fucking my wife or someone's wife? I don't remember the whole text. I could go try and find her phone.
So accusations of adultery, and then what about threats, you said? Threats against who and what was said?
It was towards Kirk. The whole message was intended towards Kirk. And it was like, I can't remember the end of it. The end of it was more threatening. Like, I can look for the text if you'd like.
Jonathan's right. The whole thing is full of hearsay, but what I would implore you to remember, Jonathan, is that this man was subject to a TPO from this court for these people, for this type of harassment for the last year. It ended in January, and he immediately began messaging ostensibly their daughter. So the guy on the top is Donnie. Then the bottom couple is Kirk and Nicole. Okay. I understand it's a bit of hearsay, but the reality is very bad decision making on Donnie's part. Exactly. Very bad, bro. Very bad. Yeah, but we know in these cases the judge will take that sort of hearsay as it is. They're not going to, she's not going to take everything they say against him, but we'll see what he says. Sometimes these fucking idiots admit to shit.
I didn't
Well,
have
maybe I'll
it.
hear from Mr. Cario. Do you have
Yeah,
Ms. Leidig,
possibly.
where I can't really jump around here, but Ms. Leidig, then that's what caused you to come back to the court?
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
One person at a time. I will come to you, Mr. Cario. We need one person at a time. So,
that's
Ms.
correct.
Leidig?
That's correct, Your Honor. And I thought that after this whole year that those allegations and threats would end, and to see that it started right back up again after the end of the last no contact order, and especially that the allegations are completely absurd. In my opinion, he's delusional. My husband, or Kirk, didn't even know what his wife even looked like. So to say things like that was just completely
That's what
uncalled
they
for.
all say, sweetie. We don't even know what she looks like,
And I just believe
honey.
it's delusional. I've heard that he's on, medications, and that he has firearms.
Well, what you sort of heard and can't support, I don't want to hear that. That's not fair unless you've got evidence. But so, and before this, so the previous order, you were a petitioner on that as well, or covered by it?
I believe so. This was mostly submitted by Kirk just to protect his house and his family. The threats weren't specifically directed at me, and most of the evidence was provided, I thought, by Kirk.
Okay. All right. Well, let me turn to Mr. Cario. And Mr. Cario, what do you know on why the court, what is it that the court should issue this order?
All right, Your Honor. So I am actually shaking right now as I'm dealing with this because in my shoes, I'm dealing with a person who I've never dealt with this in my entire life before. And last year, when I had the petition filed, this gentleman made accusations to me. He came to me and he was saying that he thought his wife was cheating on him and it has to be someone with money and stuff like that. Lo and behold, I try to start up my own company and I guess he's assuming that I have money. And he started making these accusations and then threats towards me. And it was just ongoing. I had called the police department, made them aware because I was in law enforcement before I even migrated to the US for 10 years. So I'm trying to avoid any kind of confrontation. He started sending messages from his wife's phone to my phone, which I showed to my wife, and my wife even went and spoke to this gentleman's wife at their premises, which I thought, being how he is, he could be very dangerous. His wife, and when she talked to my wife, I call Nicole my wife because we've been together 12 years. She said
Do I
she
say
doesn't know
Ms.
why he's
Lady?
doing this.
You're referring to
Sir,
Ms. Lady?
why haven't you put a ring
Yes.
on it? No. The question is, if you've been together for 12 years, why haven't you put a ring on it? That's the problem. That's the problem. So Kirk and Nicole are married, and Donnie's non-present wife is apparently fucking somebody, and he thinks it's Kirk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
Nicole went over there, and it's just a constant. And then after the protection order expired, I didn't realize it expired, and then my daughter came to me, and she came to me, and she's like, "Dad, if someone is threatening, someone is on the phone," and she came in the kitchen and look at my 9-year-old come in the kitchen. I'm just like, I said, I'm shaking talking to you right now because I'm pretty much really upset that this man is for no reason whatsoever. Like I don't even know this man's wife.
I don't know this man's wife. I didn't fuck her. Donnie fucking loves his wife. What do we think about that? What do we think about that? That's my question. What do we think about that? Oh my gosh, Sashina's here, Drunk Beaver's here, NPC's here, Mike's here, Brooklyn's here. Y'all be here hanging with me on a Monday night. But Kirk, yeah, why does the kid have the phone? Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Also, cheers if you're drinking a Coke or if you're drinking whatever, a joke at home. Somebody did Donnie's wife and Donnie ain't let it go. Look at him. He's fucking pissed, too. Listen, if your significant other steps out on you and you aren't into that and you don't want to be involved in that, then you go around and you find yourself a new person and you show that person up by being the happiest fucking version of yourself that you can be. That's called payback. Because living in sorrow and revenge is not good. It's just not.
And she doesn't know me.
Mr. Cario,
Um,
what did you
uh,
see on your child's phone?
okay, so it said, how does it feel to be, if I could use explicit language, it's okay with you, to be fucking another man's wife constantly.
How does it feel to be fucking another man's wife constantly? Donna, do you know? Streamlabs. Hey, Streamlabs! What the fuck? Yeah, you shouldn't text that to a child. Thank you, Donna, by the way. I see it. I don't know what on earth Streamlabs is doing. I am thankful. Look at this. Aww. How's it going? It's going okay. Why is Streamlabs on vacay? Did I miss a memo? I better check in on that. Let me check in on that while he tells you about how he's definitely not fucking Donnie's wife. And thank you again, Donna.
I'm gonna to words to the effect that I'm gonna get back to you somewhere or the fucking other. At the end of it, I'm gonna get my way. But it was those were the main parts of the text that I remember. The ending of the text said that I owe him money and he's gonna get his way one way or the other, which I inferred to be what he previously had threatened, that he's gonna shoot me, he's gonna kill me. I had people come to me and say that he asked them to track me wherever I was so that he can use his lasers on his guns and come and find me and shoot me. And as I called the cops and explained to them, I haven't been in law enforcement. I'm trying to avoid a situation from escalating when this man is in possession of weapons. And the law enforcement officers in Tenino said to me that they know that he takes his med and he acts up when he doesn't take his medication. And he has mental issues. And they're very familiar with Mr. Colvin. And they're the ones who told me, hey, like, I understand, go along these lines, get a petition so this gentleman can stay away from you. For the past year, he stayed away, no problem. As soon as this order has expired, Your Honor, on my 9-year-old, now he's affecting, my 9-year-old daughter on her phone with that type of language. To me, it's just more than insane. And he's fully aware that my daughter uses that phone because he's previously contacted me on my other line when the initial thing happened, and I told him specifically, he knows that I don't have that line, and that's my daughter uses that line. So that's what makes me more alarmed at his
How
behavior.
do you think Mr. Colvin knows that?
I told him specifically when he last year when he wanted to reach out to me because we had worked together. So he had always contacted me on this phone number, which is my phone number, and then 7260.
But how is it that your daughter received this text message?
Yeah, she just received a text message from I think she was sitting on watching television or talking to her friends or
Well,
doing a
but
homework or something.
somehow you're asserting that Mr. Colvin knew your daughter's phone number, text number?
Yeah, well, he knew this number previously, and I told him do not contact me on that number because I did have that number at one point in time, and I told him that that's my daughter's. My daughter's been using that phone. If ever he
Okay.
wanted to contact me, so he knew
So
that.
that was previously, how long ago do you think?
This was right before the last protection order.
Okay. So January of 24, December of 23, somewhere in there?
2020, yeah. It could have been November, December of 23. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Anything else, Mr. Cario?
I mean, nothing other than what I've said to you. I don't want to take up a lot of the court's time, but this is just dealing with someone who has issues like this. It has me extremely concerned for my family's safety, and that this gentleman is going out of his way to continue to harass us and getting to the point where my 9-year-old daughter, and he lives maybe 5-10 minutes from my house. And we go to a supermarket in town. He could be there. I don't want to be at work, and God forbid something happens, especially with him constantly talking about his guns that he always talks about, that he has, and he even said at one point in time to me that the cops can't do anything to him, that he doesn't care.
And the statements or what your understanding is that he said he would hunt you down and use the scopes to hunt you down. Is that information that was before the part of the previous order, or is that again?
That is something after the first order that I found out from a person who worked with us. He's now living in California. That he came to me and said, he was going to pay him to do this. So that was just additional after the expired, during the course of the old order.
And was there any contact on your side with law enforcement given that information?
No, I did not, because I said he wasn't contacting me directly, and the coworker said that he didn't really want to get involved. So I said, if at all I get any contact at that point, I was gonna reach out to law enforcement, but I did not at that point.
Right? And so you're asking for an order preventing Mr. Colvin from contacting you, Ms. Ladig, the two kids.
Yes,
Stay
Your
1,000
Honor.
away from you, your residence, your vehicle, your workplace, the kids, Ms. Ladig. All right. Anything
Yes, Your Honor.
else other than what was issued in that temporary order that you're asking?
The only other thing it's highly concerning that someone could have over 25 guns in their possession, and knowingly law enforcement is saying that he has mental issues, and there was talk amongst coworkers that he's on pills as well. So, I don't know what the law can do because, or what jurisdiction you have over something like that by maybe having him take some sort of evaluation. But someone who has over 25 guns in their possession, at one point in time, he did claim that law enforcement took his guns for 2 weeks, um, to be mentally unstable and on medication and on pills, some sort of evaluation because guns are very dangerous. I have a concealed carry as well, but I was in law enforcement and I know the dangers of a weapon, and I'm trying my best to avoid it, a situation from escalating where, God forbid, somebody reads something on the news.
All right, well, this situation doesn't have the authority to order Mr. Colvin, even if I made a finding as to that and do an evaluation. So kind of going off of the information, Mr. Colvin, I'm going to turn to you now about this petition, and obviously the court issued an order against you about a year ago, and that information, because it was referred to in this one, what would you like to respond to all this?
I wasn't aware of the previous order.
Donnie, shut up. Before you respond, I want everybody to guess in the chat, what's he going to say? What's he going to say? And, yeah, let's hear it. But what do you think he's going to say? Do you think his wife is there with him in the room? Oh, that could be it. That could be it. Remember last week we had that fucking lady who admitted to harassing them and the judge didn't put the order in place. But that was a different judge. We got a new judge. A new judge. Here we go.
Because it was referred to in this one, what would you like to respond to all this?
Well, I wasn't aware of the previous order, just the temporary order. And I'd like to say that I did text Kurt about a month ago. It was on, if you Google Pacific Northwest Asphalt Services, that contact number, it says on the website, his contact number. I worked for him for a solid week with my dump truck and he never paid me. And I did say that I would get my money. I promise you, because I'm going to go get an attorney. Never once have I ever threatened anybody with a firearm. I use my guns for strictly hunting only as my religious right. I never pointed my gun at nobody. And I know cops, I talk to them. We share hunting stories and pictures and everything. And never once have I don't do drugs. I currently hold a CDL and I take randoms, and I will, if you request it, I will bring it down my urine sample for my drug test.
Sir, did
and all that
anybody
other
ask
stuff
for
is
his
hearsay. I've
piss?
never asked anybody to follow anybody. He lives right in town. I know where he lives. I used to keep my truck parked there. So
Where at the asphalt place, you mean?
At his address, at Kirk's address.
Pissed
Yes.
all over that place after I found
And
out
how
he
long
fucked
ago
my
did
wife.
you have a working relationship?
Oh, it's been over a year. About a
So in
year
20
and yes.
So sometime in 2023, you did some work for his business?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're saying that that text that ended up going to his daughter's phone was about legal process, that you're going to get your money.
Yes.
And why over a year later?
Just be, you know what? He said that Donnie, I'm gonna pay. He came over to my house, asked me if he can come over. He came over, came into my house, sat down and said, Donnie, I live by you. I'm not gonna screw you over. All I got's $1,500. I
So when
promise
did
I'll
all
pay.
that happen? When did that happen?
Um, like in November before he got the first restraining order.
So 23, November
It-
around Thanksgiving of 2023, somewhere in there?
yes, yes.
Okay, all
Basically,
right.
and he we sat down right next to each other. And he, Donnie, I promise I'm gonna pay you, but I gotta pay these other guys. And I got this much money for you now. I promise I'm gonna pay you. We live in the same town. I'm not gonna screw you over. I don't want, and I've been giving him the chance, things. He changed jobs. He even told me that. And then he said, I figured, okay,
Honestly, anybody with the name that ends in the sound E, I wouldn't trust. Courtney, Mikey, Paisley. Terrible. Terrible.
I've been talking to an attorney finally, and so that's where it's at. But I never threatened anybody, never pointed my rifles or shotguns at anybody, never threatened anybody, would never do that. I've been through hunter safety courses with myself, my grandkids, my sons, and I get a hunt license every year and I do hunt. But never once have I threatened anybody to harm anybody or have anybody tracked or nothing like that because I know where he lives.
So that first order, Tenino Police Department signed an affidavit that they delivered to you that order before the hearing, and then and the hearing notice and the information, and then we had the hearing January 8th of 2024. You did not appear, so you were deemed to have gotten notice since Tenino Police said they gave it to you. And so that order was issued without you being present, and that was in effect until
For the year.
January 8th of this year.
Okay.
And that had to do with Mr. Cario and the kids and Ms. Leidig. So, right. And over a year later, you're contacting him still about money owed from over a year previously. And
It was good, and then we had
trying
an
to
earthquake
understand
this
your
morning.
point of view. Okay, anything else?
No, like I said, if you request, I can give you a copy of my recent UA because they said I'm doing drugs. I
Sir,
don't do
please
drugs.
stop
Well,
offering your urine. I love that I'm yelling that. Oh, yeah, you can hear me, I think. Yeah, you can. I love that I'm yelling that in this house. Please stop offering your urine. I wonder how many times I'd have to say it before before he yelled back, my roommate. No, I'm not against that. We're all for all the kinks. You can have as many golden showers as you want, whatever color showers you want, whatever color harnesses you want to wear, go for it. But I'm just laughing because sometimes I find myself yelling weird shit. Anyways, but seriously, he's offered so many times his urine to the judge. She doesn't want it, sir. You can't offer your urine samples that exist already. You have to offer to do testing. You can't just be like, I got some old piss and some piss jugs over here you can check out. I got piss jugs from every month. Every month. I got special Mountain Dew bottles for every month. You want them, Judge?
I'm not considering that information, Mr. Colvin. I don't.
She's not fucking interested, buddy. She don't want your piss jugs, alright?
It's conjecture, it's speculation.
Yes.
Mr. Cario and Ms. Leidig's, I don't have any evidence to support that, so I'm not considering it. I'm
Okay.
considering the information that everybody has personally, and that it has some corroboration to it. So, anything else?
No, I
I told them earlier this video is fucking not being monetized. So we may as well go all the way. So yes, piss jugs. I love you guys.
just want to state that I never had anybody track or see where he's at because I know where he lives. That makes no sense. I mean, we live in the same town.
All right, so let me, Ms. Leidig, anything else? Since you're the petitioner, we always come back to the person who's the moving party before we close the hearing out. Anything else from you?
I mean, he keeps brushing over the fact that he was accusing Kirk of having sex with his wife and being angry and harassing and threatening for that reason. And besides the fact of any other situation regarding money that he's talking about, I think is a whole different situation that shouldn't involve any type of harassment. Also, the fact that he keeps referring to how he knows where we live does not make me feel any more comfortable. And the police have told us that specifically that they've been over there lots of times for domestic violence.
I'm not going to consider that either. I don't have any corroborating evidence of that. I don't have the police here to speak to that. So I can't consider that. That's just hearsay and speculation. But let me turn to Mr. Cario after you've heard, as a moving party, anything else I should consider, Mr. Cario?
Okay, Your Honor. So all I would like to say.
Before he goes on, Bill, welcome, and also welcome Brutal Bob. No matter that you guys are late, if you're members, you're lucky enough that we have a members only coming up later tonight. I'm excited for that. I got some fucking great footage. Very good footage. That'll be approximately 6:15, 6:30 my time. Not too far from now. That's why we got to finish this case. What do you guys think's gonna happen? She gonna put this in place? She gonna dismiss it? Is he getting the big D? Is Big Donnie gonna get the big D or what? Tell us in the chat.
I don't want to reiterate everything that I've said before, but Mr. Colvin, as my wife said, is brushing over the fact of he's not admitting his conversation in that text message that to my daughter's phone starts off with that about fucking another man's wife and all this other stuff. To the bottom line, he claims that I owe him money, and it's very mind-boggling that he claims that he didn't know about the protection order, and as soon as it expires, if I owe him money for over a year, logic will tell me that, if he didn't know, it wouldn't take him a year or 2 years to go to an attorney to pursue that, and then he starts back texting about, fucking another man's wife and stuff. The end of the text, the last.
Fucking another man's wife. Streamlabs. Oh, now you fucking showed up. Donna sent money earlier, Streamlabs. You didn't show up. Now when we're talking about Donnie and the Big D, you're like, oh, I'm right there. I'm right there. Thank you, by the way, Drunk Beaver Productions, for your 15 months of generous support. Streamlabs, see me after class, please.
Afterwards of the text said, I'm going to get mine one way or the other. And he referred to monies that he claims to be owed. Now, he has the right, if he thinks that
Again,
he's owed money,
Streamlabs, what
to
are you
pursue that
doing?
legal.
Sir, shut the fuck up for a minute. Seriously, Kirk, I can only imagine there's a lot of talk and not a lot of fuck happening, but whatever. I don't think he fucked the dude's wife. He doesn't appear to me like the kind of guy that would, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And thank you, Reseller Road Trip Adventures, for your 10 months of generous support. And reminder that we have links for reseller up there now too, which is awesome. Awesome. Yeah, this video's not getting monetized. I can almost. I can feel the yellow, whatever the fucking symbol is now. I feel it. I bet that Donnie's wife did step out. Don't get me wrong. Donnie ain't wrong on that. But I don't think Kirk was the one doing it. I just don't. I just don't.
Legally without harassing anyone, but he starts back harassing. And him on the oath just telling you that he didn't know, and you have an affidavit from the Tenino Police Department, law enforcement, who is saying, and they told me that they served him. That is a bull-faced lie. So I just want this man to stop harassing me, stop contacting me, stop contacting my family, because this sort of situation, it just could become very explosive, and I just don't want to have any dealings with him. If he feels that he's owed money, he has a legal right to take an attorney. But and I'm sure in your experience, it's kind of, he's claiming this from 2023, and we're in 2025. And his initial contact back with me is about this alleged obsession that he has in his head that I ever slept with his wife or even knows this woman. So I guess that's kind of the point I want to make at this point. I know you said you can't do anything about the guns. That's fine. But I just don't, just as the past year that he was served that order, stay away from me, stay away from my family and my two daughters. Because my daughter was really, she was traumatized coming inside and reading that text on her phone. So that's all I have to say on it.
All right. Let me kind of look through a few things and see if I have any questions for anyone. And can I have the packet? All right.
Is she putting it in place or not? Oh my god. Y'all. I'm coming at 6:30, so that would be 9:30. No, let's say 9:15. 6:15 east or west. Fuck. Stop fucking it up, Paisley. It's gonna be 9:15 east. In about an hour and 15 minutes. That's my approximate guess. I'm gonna make dinner in between then. I'm gonna shove food in my face. Then I'm going to come earlier. Vicky, you're welcome for the show, but we haven't even heard the fucking verdict yet. Did we? And I'm making my special butternut squash pasta. We talked about it earlier. It costs $7.50. Cooking Cam is problematic in this house due to all the copyright infringement constantly surrounding me. So I'm having pasta. I always say pasta. And I'm going to, but I will be back later. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Judge buffering a lot. Judge ponders a lot. What was it earlier? I was calling her. Judge pause a lot. There it is. Judge pause a lot. You're not a member, 007, but there's still time. You still didn't see my OnlyFans? Well, it should be up and running. Somebody paid money. OnlyFans accepted my sexy pictures. They said, yes, you can be a whore, but bring your own people through the door. And I said, okay, I'll try. Oh, fuck.
All right, so under RCW 7105, I am finding, Mr. Colvin, I'm reissuing a protection order against you. And I'm taking into account that case number 23-434 that was filed with this court December of 2023, and we issued an order in January of 2024. Soon after that, there was continued what the law defines as harassment of Mr. Cario, Ms. Leidig, and their family. So I'm issuing an order again, and I'm issuing this order for 3 years from today. So that would be out to March 2028, March 3rd of 2028.
March 3rd of 2028.
Stay away from Ms. Leidig, Mr. Cario, their children. Don't contact them in any way, shape, or form through family, friends, social media in any way. You stay away from their home, from their workplaces, from the schools, daycares, wherever the kids are, wherever they are, their vehicle. No contact. And if you decide to pursue litigation for what you believe is money owed from a previous job, then you're going to need to let that lawyer know about this order. And that lawyer can then speak to the court about an exception to this for legal process. So talk to that lawyer, let them know, here's the order. You may need to talk to district court before things can go much farther. Yeah, I've signed off on this order. Doesn't need to be served. You've been here throughout. We're going to inform law enforcement of the order. And it's in the court file. If anybody, I would suggest each of you should access the court file or contact my clerks and get a copy of it as well. And as to Ms. Leidig and Mr. Cario, the only way this is enforced is if you contact law enforcement to enforce it. If you choose not to, you choose not to, but you've gone through all of this, I would think that you're the body that would enforce it.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was fucking his wife?
So that's it for today. Mr. Colvin, Mr. Cario, Ms. Leidig, you can all be on your way, and that order's in effect now.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
That's it. That's that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you guys want a tiny little teaser? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a tiny little teaser of what's to come in members only to just put you over the edge a little bit, all right? Because this is what we started with, but lucky for me and you, just watch. We have like...
Mr. Williams, you're not driving?
Yeah, I'm driving. I just told the lady I was driving. I'm picking up my niece from school.
Did you pull over like you were able to?
If I pull over, I gotta pick up my niece from school. I just told the lady this. I can't.
Mr. Williams, and I said we're in court, so you have to make sure you're free, right? So
I understand, but my phone is on 1%. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, sir, why don't you call back?
What I'm saying?
Sir, this is the judge. I just want to let you know I can't have okay, can you please listen? I cannot have a hearing. I cannot have a hearing with you driving. So why don't you finish what you're doing, get the charger, and call back in, sir. Otherwise, your case is being dismissed today.
Judge, we would want to move forward on a default today.
Well, no.
But don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, 9:15 East. That's 6:15 Pacific. That's in an hour and 15 minutes-ish. We're going to watch what actually happened in that hearing. Don't you worry. And boy, has he got a story. You cannot fucking miss it. I will post that link shortly. It's a members only. You know how I am. I'm sometimes terrible at turning that on. So if you get there early, you get there early. But do me a favor. Hit the like on the video. Leave a comment. That is so helpful. YouTube Daddy, oh, you know how he be. Anyways, do me a favor, remember that I love you, I'm proud of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Ways down and ready to